Hey, what's up, YouTube? Dave here, and what I'm going to talk about today is how to generate chi, and more specifically, how to generate chi to heal your body. I've been practicing qigong now for since February of 2011, so 5-6 months, and really took me a while to actually feel anything tangible with my practice. It took probably maybe about 5 or 6 weeks. So a lot of patience is required when you're doing this. I'm going to cite a book. Now I'm seeing someone who's teaching me how to do this, but if you don't have access to Qigong Master or someone who knows what they're doing, then this is the book that you want to look at. Right there, Awaken Healing Energy Through the Tao. And it is a fantastic book, and really gives you a good breakdown of how to start generating your own chi. And so when I mean chi, I mean a actual tangible, tangible physical feeling of energy, not just you kind of put your hands together and you might feel a bit of heat coming off the other hand or a bit of static, and say that as chi. This is much different and much more intense than that sort of feeling. And so what you're going to do if you want to start doing this is you want to focus on a place just below your navel called your Tantien. Now there's different spellings for this. Tantin is how I see it spelt many times, but there's also different spellings. It's also Dantin, so Tantien or Dantien. Anyways, this place is basically your storehouse, one of your storehouses of spiritual energy that you can access or tap into, and it lies inside the body. You go about 2 inches below your navel, and then about 2 or 3 inches inside your body is really where you want to focus on. And now, to get to that place where you're really focusing on it, it helps to be consistent. And so what I do, and what I was taught, is to lay down on my back and just take a few deep breaths, silence the mind. And silencing the mind is key, because if your mind is racing around all over the place, you're not going to be able to concentrate enough to feel or generate any chi. And so take a few deep breaths, help silence the mind, be aware of your thoughts, and if your thoughts are racing, generally bring your concentration back to your focus point. And so what I want you to do generally is about 3 fingers, maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches. Put that on your navel. So I'm just going to stand up here. My navel is right there, so let's back up a little bit here. That's the camera. Put my 3 fingers just beneath my navel, and then with my left hand I take my middle finger and put it just beneath that on my belly, and now there is my focus point. And so what I'm trying to do is concentrate about 2 or 3 inches into the body to feel this place called your Dantian. And I actually feel it a little bit more closer to my low back, anatomically around L2 or L3 vertebrae, or second and third lumbar vertebrae. Now, initially, like I said, it took me about 4 or 5 weeks to actually feel anything. It does take patience and it does take some time, but the results are more than worth it. It's not like anything I have ever felt before in my entire life. And so half an hour twice a day is what my teachers instructed me to practice this meditation. And this meditation is just basically lying on my back, relax the muscles, few deep breaths, relax the mind, and concentrate on that point where your finger is, just below your navel, a couple inches inside your body. And so when you do this, you are trying to feel for sensations, and the key word here is feel. There's no thinking involved. If you're trying to think about something happening, the thinking just doesn't work. And so you really have to feel it, and it helps to feel it if you can get as close to sleep as possible without actually falling asleep. If you fall asleep, then you've kind of, missed your opportunity. But, if you're awake and here's where you're sleeping, you come down, you come down, you come down. If I go below, then I'm sleeping. But if I just stay conscious and aware just a little bit above the level of sleep, then that is the perfect frame of mind and state of relaxation that you will have the most sensitivity to feeling your chi energy. So now I practice actually 2 hours a day. I do more than half an hour, but just I'm pretty motivated in this manner. So you can do as much as you want, but half an hour twice a day is the minimum that is probably recommended to do to gather some decent results. You can do it less, but the results will just come a lot slower. So you focus, you're laying down, make sure there's going to be no interruptions, so if you have to turn your phone off, it's got to be a quiet, relaxed place because you don't want to be startled or anything like that. Put your finger beneath your belly button, focus inside your body, and just concentrate. And that's all you do. And you stay as close to sleep as possible without falling asleep, and you just concentrate on that point. And the tricky part is because the mind is always going to wander and take you off in this direction and take you off in that direction. And one of the directions it's going to take you off in is, why aren't I feeling anything? Or how come I can't feel anything? Or this isn't working, or this is silly, or whatever. Those are the types of thoughts that you have to be aware of, that you just let them go when they come up. Because if you don't let them go and they grab a hold of you, they're going to stop you from doing your practice. So be aware of those types of thoughts and how they interfere with what you would like to feel when you're trying to generate your own chi. So you're laying there, and like I said, for me it was about 4 or 5 weeks before I felt anything. Initially I didn't feel that much at all, but after about 4 or 5 weeks I started to feel a noticeable tingling sensation. It's like pins and needles when your limb, or you sleep, you sit on your foot and it falls asleep, and that sensation would be generated in my low back, directly, a straight line just beneath my navel, straight to the low back, and I would start to feel this pins and needles, and that pins and needles over time would start to grow, and it would grow into a pressure, and I'd feel a pressure in my low back, and then it would grow even more with more focus and more concentration. I would start to feel heat, and then I would just start to feel this pressure, and this pressure would build and build and build until I concentrated on it enough that over the course of 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I would feel this heat and pressure building up, and then after a point in time, it would just kind of be like a glass that overflows. And once it starts to fill up and overflow, that overflow you feel as the energy spreading throughout your body. And man, it's a pretty cool sensation. There's a lot of different sensations that you can feel when you're doing this, and they're strong. They're not, did I feel that or didn't I feel that? I'm not sure. I just think I'll tell myself I'll feel something. No, you actually feel physical sensation. And if you were to take, so I'll just describe some of the sensations that I feel when I do this. So for me, I concentrate on my dantian, and then the energy comes out of my low back. It can feel like someone dragging a needle down your skin, just kind of like that. Drag your nail down your skin with some pretty decent pressure, and that's what it feels like. Small, thin line. It can feel like I said, there's that pins and needles feeling, but it'll come out in a wave, and you'll feel just a wave of pins and needles shoot either up your back and up your spine, or for me, mostly down my legs, and sometimes it happens very fast, and sometimes it's a very slow wave. Other times it feels like just heat is moving around. Sometimes it feels like almost when that energy pops out of my low back, it feels like someone's pouring water down my back. That's basically what I've been practicing for the last little while, and the sensations that I get are just absolutely incredible, and they really open your mind to a different, almost a different view of reality, because there are things that you're experiencing that before you would never believe could possibly be true, and uh, it's just really exciting. So I just wanted to share that with anybody who wants to learn how to generate chi. That's what you do. And so that's the first video that I'm going to make. I'll probably make one or two more just to give some more details and information on how to enhance the process. But that's basically all you do to start is you lay on your back, deep breaths, relax, calm your mind, clear your mind. Bring yourself down as close to sleep as possible without actually falling asleep, and put your three fingers just below your navel, put your other middle finger just beneath that, and concentrate a couple inches in on your body. And you just have to keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And now some people will be a little more sensitive and they will feel it quickly. Another, people like me, I'm not so sensitive. It took me about 4 or 5 weeks to feel anything. So, but as you keep doing it and you keep focusing on it, because what you focus on grows, the sensations get bigger and larger, and they will travel more all around your body, and they will actually start, once you gather enough sensation, you will actually start to feel all your meridians. Because when the energy travels down some pathways down my body, when it feels like that nail or that needle is dragging along the skin, when you look up the Chinese acupuncture charts where you see all the meridians, the energy actually travels down the exact same line as the meridians. So these, if for anyone who's not sure or not comfortable with acupuncture, I can assure you those meridians do exist, because I have actually felt them. And the initial goal for me in doing this is just as a healing myself tool. Now there's a lot of ways that it can grow, but initially, when that chi spreads out and it travels down your meridians, it blocks, if you generate enough chi, it will go through blockages in your meridians, and each meridian feeds your organs. And so when you strengthen your meridians, you're strengthening your body's ability to feed energy. I think at the etheric level, I think, but I'm not 100% sure that chi is etheric energy. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that energy feeds the organs, and when you strengthen your meridians through the flow of chi through those, you really, really have a powerful healing technique to heal yourself from the inside in your organs. So try the technique. You got to practice it for a while. Don't be scared or afraid of any sensations that you feel, if you do feel anything, because it's all good. The chi knows what to do. It's a very, very powerful healing technique. If you read the book that I put up, Awaken Healing Energy Through the Tao, Mantak Chia, he's got a bit of a different way than I approach it. Again, I put this up for people who don't have access to someone who teaches them directly, but I do. So he teaches me to let the energy flow, because according to his school of thought, the chi is very intelligent and knows where to go, and I trust that and I follow that. The chi will go wherever it needs to go to heal me. If you read the book, it's a little bit different. He explains a method that tells you how to direct the chi with your mind, using your mind to tell the chi where to go. And your mind has to, just from my own school of thought or perspective, your mind has to be really, really clear for you to know what you want. And I personally still have too many things to sift through in my mind, and doubts and ideas and false belief systems, that I would just prefer to trust the chi and let it do what it has to do. So give it a try. If you get any cool sensations, fantastic, and just keep doing it. And it's just practice. And I think they say a ton of information is worth, an ounce of practice is worth a ton of information. And you can read all you want about it, but unless you actually practice it and do it, you're not gonna feel or know or have the sensation. So give it a try and good luck and take care.